So, good morning, everybody. So, welcome to the section how to write introduction section of a scientific article. So, some people ask me how to write introduction, and today we're going to see a specific journal of Southern Illinois University Law Journal, and hope you will see how to write an article in practice. And if you keep practicing, it's very important to practice day by day, and then you will master the language especially for written skill. Introduction. So the introduction is not so long. It's basically based on 1 page or 2 page. That's enough for the introduction before we go to very first section of the article. So the first part is introduction. We will see how they describe problems. And the problem is the impact of copyright law on distance education programs and how fair use and the confused guidelines might shape the future of academia. Okay, now we start. Through the development of new forms of internet communication and computer networking, the rise of online distance learning education program had yielded unique opportunity for individuals to acquire valuable skill and to complete both undergraduate and graduate degree programs. Apart from the unlimited potential of this program to enrich society, the ease with which they allow the transfer of information through digital media may risk offsetting the dedicated balance between protecting the expression of artists and authors and allow this new online student free and unlimited access to copyright work. So we see the problem, and the problem here is the new form of internet communication and how this react to the educational system. And then we explain why. Accordingly, copyright law must seek to achieve a compromise between these various interests and must provide clear, unambiguous, compliant guidelines. In this manner, Digital Education Institute will know what measure to take to protect themselves against copyright holder and publisher. So here the subject is about copyright holder and publisher. In a limited case law dealing with guidelines for distance education program, and because Congress had been unsuccessful in its attempt to create guidelines, affirmative compliance measures need to be taken by university themselves. Originally by methods of educating individuals with physical impairment, today distance education program encompass a full range of opportunity from skill to graduate training, folding at both traditional campus-based university and completely online institution. Today's distance education program fools cutting-edge computer network and software to facilitate the exchange of digital files, allow instant communication between student and instructor, and allow the streaming of video and audio transmission of classroom lecture. So you can see very long time already they mentioned about the streaming of video and audio transmission of classroom lecture. The problem we have been touched for today, and this new advance allows students to participate in virtual scientific experiment, engage in a dialogue with national leaders in academia, and even to take examination under real test taking conditions. The direct result from this advance is that for the first time in history, computer technology allows students to enter into a variety of degree-bearing programs in comfort to their own house, and thereby provide geographical disadvantages student unfounded educational opportunity. And then we will explain some social context in this paragraph. And then we move to some legal-based legal background of the program here to develop the problems. So advance in online distance education technology have not only provided beneficial effect to society, they have also created perplexing issue in the field of copyright law specifically. The ease with the digital files such as newspaper, article, photographs, music, and video are transmitted through digital education classes, risk undermining the economic value in such copyrighted work. Moreover, the unauthorized transmission and storage of copyrighted work may stretch the boundary and of the fair use doctrine found in copyright law in 1976. And then we mentioned about some economic value in this term. In order to protect economic value inherent in work phrased by the scholar and used in the educational arena, authors and copyright holders have traditionally sought to limit the scope of fair use doctrine. Both the classroom guidelines accompanying 107 of the Copyright Act in 1976 and the codified version of fair use doctrine provide some guidance as to how copyright law should be balanced. Author economists why again the copyright clause go to promote the useful art of science, and then they have some footnote of the legal base footnotes and quotation. And the United States Supreme Court had only voiced its opinion on 107 3 times. Only of this pronouncement directly addressed the fourth issue. In recent years, several Federal Circuit Court of Appeal have limited the scope of educational fair use through their evaluation of whether doctrine apply to the photocopying of course act containing copyrighted work. And then we see some conference on fair use. That's the type of short law, how to manage the problem. In 1994, the conference on fair use, we call CONFU, was assembled to address the impact network transmission and the internet might have on copyright law. In 1998, CONFU published its final paper, which included several guidelines on how to deal with synchronous distance learning programs. While no court to date has applied this guideline to distance learning program, several universities have begun to abide by this proposal, perhaps to avoid potential copyright infringement liability. So the problem now happening when the court said no court to date can apply these guidelines, and university have begun to abide this proposal. And then we once again emphasize what is the objective of this article. We introduce the part 1, part 2, part 3, how to plan to analyze the article. This paper seeks to review the potential effect the fair use doctrine made on distance education program. Part 2 focuses on a brief but exciting history of distance education, include an evaluation of newly developed networking technology intended to further advance the field. Part 3 provides a general discussion of copyright law, the development of fair use doctrine, its application to new and developing technology. And Part 4 outline the history of the CONFU guidelines and discuss the effect of this guideline may have on distance education. Part 5 address whether schools should employ the CONFU guidelines as a conservative safeguard against potential copyright infringement suit, or if online distance education program could create their own guidelines based on current interpretation of fair use doctrine. And finally, Part 6 provides general points regarding the current environment of distance education program and what the future intends. So let's see how we construct an introduction for the article. So if you have any other questions, just ask and I will try to resolve next time. Thank you. See you next time.